I really think is important to talk about too is the combination and the endorsements and that kind of thing that you can get. So if you want to talk a little bit about that, that would be great.
Well, sure. For example, at State Farm, we have a couple of endorsements that we can put onto the homeowners policy that do differentiate it from many other policies out there. And the first one, I'll just mention a few. Some things that are very relevant to our time is we offer identity restoration coverage, which is a very inexpensive endorsement that you can put on your homeowner's policy that obviously will help you with the costs of identity theft. And that is happening more and more as we progress and as the computer age advances. You've either had it happen to yourself or someone that you know has had their identity stolen.
Yeah.
So that is an endorsement that we can place on the policy. A few others that are very important, backup of sewers and drains. So if you have a sewer drain line back up into your house under normal policy, and normal policies, it's excluded. And most people don't realize that. So if you can imagine having the sewer backup and flooding your home with sewage, that would be an exclusion on most policies. We add that as an endorsement on the policy and give you coverage for that. Also, there's usually limited or no coverage on normal homeowners insurance policies for mold and fungus, and that is a huge issue here in Florida with our climate. So with State Farm, we do have the ability to buy back the mold and fungus coverage, which is extremely important. And then speaking to as far as the combination of policies, absolutely. If you have your auto insurance with us and your homeowner's insurance, you can save 12%. If you also have combined that with a liability umbrella policy, that discount increases even further. So there's lots of things that we can do and lots of things that we can combine, like life insurance and things like that, disability insurance, to help your family be as completely protected as possible going forward.
Even if you're unable to insure the home for some reason because you do have limited numbers and stuff, or number policies, you said that there are other options that you can offer as a State Farm agent. And those, and you said that Citizens, which is the state policy, that's changed quite a bit too. Can you go into that a little bit?
Well, yes, Citizens actually have changed the way that they do business in the last few years. And now how Citizens works is if you don't have an alternate for insurance, you can go to any agent and they present your policy, and it has to, and this is for a residential home that you occupy as a primary residence, and or a rental property that you may have, and or a condo. And it has to go in front of a clearinghouse, Citizens Clearinghouse. So Citizens has a number of other companies that they've partnered with that take a look at the features of the home, and they make offers on the policy. And this is in an effort to keep policies out of Citizens.
Oh, wow.
So because Citizens being the company of last resort, and it's also a state-run insurance company, they don't really want to insure property. So what they're trying to do is encourage the market to get out there and start making offers for these policies. So what's done is, if you cannot find availability in your local market, you put your policies placed in this clearinghouse, and several companies have the ability to look at it and say, yes, we're writing in this area, yes, we're writing this type of home with this type of feature, and we're going to make you an offer. And if they make you an offer that's better than or comparable to Citizens, that's the one you've got to go with. Or obviously you can go with one of your choosing, but it just presents more competition and more options and choices for policyholders so that they're not stuck.